Mr. President, I would like to thank you for facilitating this plenary meeting. I would also like to express our appreciation to Germany for their role in facilitating this resolution on Afghanistan. Mr. President, as a contiguous neighbor of Afghanistan with strong historical and cultural links, our approach to Afghanistan, as always, will be guided by our historical friendship and our special relationship with the people of Afghanistan. As a neighbor and long-standing partner of Afghanistan, India has direct stakes in ensuring the return of peace and stability to the country. The elements in the draft resolution have set forth common concerns, the priorities, and the ask of the international community. India's main priorities in Afghanistan include providing immediate humanitarian assistance for the Afghan people, formation of a truly inclusive and representative government, combating terrorism, drug trafficking, and preserving the rights of women, children, and minorities. These benchmarks were also set forth by the Security Council Resolution 2593, which guides the international community's approach towards Afghanistan. Mr. President, India is deeply concerned at the unfolding humanitarian situation in Afghanistan. In response to the humanitarian needs of the Afghan people, as well as to the urgent appeals made by the United Nations, in the last several months, India has dispatched several shipments of humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan. These include 40,000 metric tons of wheat and about 50 tons of medical aid consisting of essential life-saving medicines, anti-TB medicines, 500,000 doses of COVID vaccine, medical surgical items, and 25 tons of disaster relief aid. These aid consignments were handed over to the Indira Gandhi Children's Hospital, Kabul, the Afghan Red Crescent Society, and other UN specialized agencies, including WFP and UNOCHA. In order to closely monitor and coordinate the efforts of various stakeholders for the effective delivery of humanitarian assistance, and in continuation to our engagement with the Afghan people, an Indian technical team has also been deployed at our embassy in Kabul. Mr. President, India is closely monitoring the security situation in Afghanistan and is actively engaged with the international community on issues related to Afghanistan. In the recent past, terrorist attacks have targeted public spaces like places of worship and educational institutions, especially of minorities. This is a concerning trend, and India strongly condemns the targeting of innocent civilians. The attack at the diplomatic premises of the Russian Federation is highly condemnable. The collective approach of the international community has been articulated by the Security Council Resolution 2593. It unequivocally demands that the territory of Afghanistan should not be used for sheltering, training, planning, or financing terrorist acts, especially terrorist individuals and entities proscribed by the UN Security Council, including Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. India notes the useful role of UN Security Council monitoring team has played and expects them to continue to monitor and report on all terrorist groups that might use Afghanistan as a base to target other countries. Mr. President, linked to the issue of terrorism is the menace of drug trafficking. We have recently seized big shipments of drugs at our ports and in the high seas of our coasts. It is important to strengthen international cooperation to disrupt and dismantle these trafficking networks. On the political front, India continues to call for an inclusive dispensation in Afghanistan, which represents all sections of the Afghan society. A broad-based, inclusive, and representative formation is necessary for long-term peace and stability in Afghanistan. Mr. President, peace and security in Afghanistan are critical imperatives that all of us need to collectively strive for. India will continue to play its role in pursuit of this objective. The interests of the Afghan people will continue to be at the heart of our efforts in Afghanistan. I thank you.